Must put about 8 mile of PTFE tape around it, but stupidly oversized spanner. Damn it. Where have you come from? That was the problem. Don't. Not. Thought it was going to be blocked up with something really good then. Go. Check that out for a spanner. Sunday afternoon, just about 3 o'clock. Been out today, sorting cows out. We've had them all scanned for see if they're in calf. So it's been super busy today. But I just wanted to catch up and look at this machine that we had at Bridlington the other day. Wasn't working right, but we need it for Monday morning. So 3 o'clock, and I'm just gonna go and get it in workshop and start stripping it down now. But yeah, it needs doing. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you this as well. Wow, look at the size of these things. So get my hand on it. That's my hand on it. Absolutely giant. I think this is biggest sections of oak we've had in the yard ever. Huge pieces of timber. Then a load more down there. Absolutely colossal. We're doing a project. I'll video it. I'm going down next week because we're about to start on it. Long history to it, but I'll do a video about it. Super interesting project though. Anyway, let's get this forklift cracked up. Let's get this pallet out and see what we can do with this blasting unit thingy. Blah. Just a note, left house this morning with no breakfast because I was in a rush and I thought I'll grab something later. Got to lunchtime, kids have ate me dinner. It's like 3 o'clock now, absolutely hanked Marvin. But I just cannot be bothered driving to the shop for anything because I'm just thinking, it's only another couple of hours. We'll get through it. Anyway, let's push on. Let's get this bad boy stripped down. I think first job, we're going to have to take this off here. I think it's bolted onto this stillage. So we'll take that out. And then we'll strip these bolts out of here. You see how fine this stuff is, but this is how dry it is. It's not as if it's wet. It's still dry. And then I think we'll start stripping all this lot down. We'll tip it on its side. I might take this pump off as well. Just tip it on its side and then see what we can do. Anyone who doesn't know, we put these whip lines on. One on that side, and then one goes on this side, because what happens if these blow off, if this was to fail, the pressure in these is immense and that would just come out with some real force. So these whip lines stop it happening. I wouldn't want one of them across the chops. 10 mil, 10 mil. Thinking we'll just empty out what's in it first. Just dip it out that way. It's like a drug dealer's dream, that. I know this comes off because I took this off last time. There's a big, that red thing comes off somehow. It's a massive socket for it. 55mm socket, biggest one I've got. Doesn't work. Check that out for a spanner. 58mm spanner, not big enough. 60mm spanner. Nope. 65mm spanner. Yep. I hope there's not a big spring in here that's just gonna fire it at me. I think I'm gonna stand out of the way though. Oh, spanner's well heavy and cold. Some water in there. Just on that O-ring. If you can see it. There's some water in on that O-ring. There's some water in there as well. Some bolts on there. I think there'll be a spring in this though. This might be Chinese size. Oh, well, there's nothing in it. In that bottom line. Clear as a bell, that. Interesting. Overcomplicated. Wow. So this bottom of the pot, that's just a bung that goes in there. It doesn't really serve much purpose. It comes out the bottom of the pot down there and then comes through that little gap, and it's still blocked there. You can still see that white stuff in there. It's still blocked. And this is an air piston on the other side that goes in there, because on this, I think I said the other day, you can control this pressure up at the gun. So I'm guessing what it does is it puts air down this line and it pushes that air piston out, which then opens this valve, which is this sliding piston that goes in there, and that shuts off that. This should just be, why isn't this just straight down to this airline, and then that mounted at 90 degrees to close it off? This is a simple little pot that we've got, straight down through a tap out at bottom. Simple. You want to see what this stuff is in here. Thought it was going to be blocked up with something really good then, but it's not. This is a little air vibrator on that leg that I said the other day, and I think what that's doing is when this powder's going down there, because it's going to a smaller and smaller hole, what it's doing is it's vibrating it all and then compacting it at this point here, where it then can't get past. So I'm thinking we might just stop using that and just hopefully that it will go down, because down there we have got air pressure going into the pot, so this pot pressurizes. When I took the top off, this is the top of the pot and that's a rubber plunger. It's upside down, and what happens is air pressure pushes that, seals the pot, and then pressurizes the pot, so it will naturally be being forced down through there anyway. I think that this is the problem, this vibrator. It's too high a frequency. It needs something that's just going to go donk, 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 donk. Not and it's awfully noisy. Not a lot we can do apart from put it back together, fingers crossed, and see whether we can crack on. What I might do as well is, while we're blasting with it, off the back of the compressor there's a big massive air duct. It's got like a grill over it, so all the heat gets sucked through the compressor and then gets blown out the back. It's probably about 1 foot by 3 foot. What I'm thinking, before we put the bags of Dolomite in, we'll put them on the back of the compressor. We'll put 2 or 3 bags of Dolomite on the compressor, so then they're getting warmed up. So if there's any moisture in them, it's just going to dry it out and kind of stop it. It just takes that dampness out of them if it's warm. So that's another thing I'm going to try and do. I did think whether we need to sieve it as well, but I don't think it's like a lump issue. Anyway, let's get this back together, and then yeah, little lad's going out Monday, Tuesday, so we'll see how he gets on. What I just found in here, there's a nut buried inside of there, and a spring on it. Like that. Took it off. I thought, oh, that's that bit, but I was always wondering why that end had a thread on it. Now I can't get it out. Does that bolt to that? Does that bolt to that? I think it might, I think that might be the problem. This bolt's come off. Oh. Amazing. All right. That's not good. That was the problem. I think we need to put some Loctite on this. Oh, and another bit. Where's that come from? Where have you come from? That's covered in dust. So I'm thinking that that's out the main pot or not. Or is that out of there? Could be out of there, could it? Could be out of there. We'll sort that out in a minute. It's normally red. This stuff's blue. Someone might know the difference. I don't. But basically this is like glue for bolts and nuts. And anything threaded, and it just stops them coming back off again. So we've got some blue. We will use blue. Let's put a bit of grease on this one as well. Not going to over tighten that because I think that Loctite will grab it. Now that that's back in and working, I think put a spring on. I'm just super cautious that we don't want to get any grit in this, else it's going to wear everything out. Sure, everything is absolutely spotless. I think we should have put that on before we put that washer on. Damn it. That's not going to want to come off now, because that stuff's going to have gone off. Luckily, I don't think it's set. No, just going. Put a bit more on, put a bit more on. That's how we go, that's how we go. And the spring will sit in there. Yes, yes, yes. Right, then spring. And then this has got a air release valve in it. So I just want to make sure that we don't cover it when we put the spring in. Oh, get a big stupidly oversized spanner. Yeah, boy. Just let that part back on. Line this one in. What this does is it just stops that piston coming back so far. So if you only wanted to open it a little bit, you would screw it right in or right out if you wanted to, like there, if you wanted to have it opening all the way up, which I think we will do. I just need to put all this back together. I think I might get some fresh rag. See, we've got it. I think this bit goes on there because that's a nice fit over there. And just clean everything up before we put it back together. I think that all goes together just like that. Can't see any issues down there in that pot for something blocking it, so I'm assuming it's going to be fine. Rubber sealing, and this thing. Not going to bolt it down. Oh, we need to put bung in as well. Just put about 8 mile of PTFE tape around it, but yeah, water pump back on. Hold on. I think we should be alright with that now. I'll see how they get on with it tomorrow, but I think I'm going back there. They're not going to get it done in 2 days, so I'll be back down there back end of next week. So we'll do another video and see if we get to the bottom of it. I'm going to go take some fresh Dolomite out that we've got in workshop here, and like I said before, dry that other stuff out. We can only try, can't we? Catch you in a bit.